Hexagon Energy Materials is an Australian-based company which is solely focused on sourcing the elements required for the meeting of the world's energy needs while lowering emissions and greenhouse gases on the path to a sustainable future. The company has a number of projects focused on meeting future clean energy needs. One of the challenges meeting the demands of the transition to new energy is how to source the necessary materials in the lowest impact way for both the environment and the atmosphere. Hexagon is focused on implementing world-leading practices and technology in order to achieve this. The 100% Hexagon-owned Paderca hydrogen project in Australia's Northern Territory aims to produce zero-emissions hydrogen at commercially attractive cost to help to accelerate the growth of hydrogen economies and the decarbonisation of energy use. There's been a lot of attention given to hydrogen, which is produced through electrolysis of water, that is, splitting the hydrogen from the oxygen in water, so-called green hydrogen. Unfortunately, at present, this method is uneconomic and current technology is not capable of producing the quantity of cheap hydrogen required to be a viable substitute for conventional energy sources such as gas and petrol. Paderca is a blue hydrogen project, meaning that it uses hydrocarbons rather than water as the input for producing the hydrogen. Despite this, it has exactly the same emissions profile as a process using solar or wind energy to produce hydrogen, but at a fraction of the cost and much greater scale. The first planned stage at the Paderca project is to produce 300,000 tonnes of hydrogen per year, which would help to satisfy the growing Asian market for hydrogen and its derivatives like ammonia. The product would be shipped out through Darwin, which is the closest port to the Asia-Pacific market. The Paderca hydrogen project is currently undertaking a pre-feasibility study, which will allow Hexagon to assess the most viable way of building and operating the facility and related infrastructure. At the same time, the company is progressing approvals and permitting processes for the development of the project. Another key initiative currently being undertaken by the company is to enter into discussions with significant regional energy companies to explore future supply and sales arrangements for the hydrogen. Hexagon has also been heavily engaged with government agencies and departments to ensure that the project is a key player in Australia's hydrogen strategy and relevant to Australia's role as a primary supplier of hydrogen to the region. It is solutions like this, which are currently economically viable and using established technology, which will allow economies to start to make significant impact on reducing greenhouse emissions today, rather than having to wait decades for new technologies to mature and emerge to be practical in the real world. Hexagon also has other projects which are focused on future electrification of the energy and transport industries, namely the Macintosh project in Western Australia and the Ceylon project in Alabama, USA. Macintosh has graphite as well as copper and nickel, all essential materials for batteries and renewable energy infrastructure. The project is currently undergoing further exploration work to establish more information about the resources and how best to extract the minerals in the least environmental impact manner. With the Ceylon graphite project in Alabama, Hexagon is currently in discussions with potential partners in the States on how to advance that project to be able to meet the rapidly growing appetite for domestically sourced graphite in the USA. Hexagon's management team has a range of experience across battery materials, energy and renewables, with an overreaching focus on best practice ESG methods and practical solutions to solve real-world energy needs while creating value for shareholders. For people who are interested in learning about the company, I would encourage them to visit the Hexagon Energy Materials website at hexagonenergymaterials.com.au.